Wake up, wake up. Let's see how it goes today. This is what I do. I wake up, I drink coffee. Got a half a cup here. Drink coffee. It's usually a lot earlier than this. I water my plants. I go water everything, spray it all down, soak it all up real good. Get the vegetables watered. And then I come in here and I sit down. I sit here and I look at what I painted the night before. Here's a canvas right here, 12 by 12. Here's another canvas right here, 12 by 12. Ooh, that's trippy. I was working on that last night. Ooh, I kind of don't remember that. It's pretty cool looking. I just sit here and I drink my coffee and I get all puffed up and I get like to a nice like level. I get nice and level headed. And I sit here and I stare at this painting for a while. I look at all these other projects I got going. I pick up a book and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, and then I'll stream a live stream for a little bit on TikTok or Twitch or somewhere, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I made these coloring book pages. I should probably put those out there for people to download, and then I try to send this out to people so they could color things in. And then I'm like, oh yeah, what was I doing? I was gonna paint. Oh yeah, I was gonna paint on that. Oh, and then I got these stack of cards. I was gonna work on these little tiny canvas cards. But then I just prepped this canvas. I gessoed it, and then I did this like dirty background I was gonna paint on top of, and it's all brown and pink and stuff. And then I'm like, okay, so how am I gonna stay motivated? What am I gonna do? And then I was like, oh, I gotta go back out and get my cat. And then I go out and get my cat, and then I bring him back out here, and he's out there running around. And I'm like, oh, I forgot to water that thing over there, and I should pick up some of this trash. And I'm like, well, if I'm gonna paint, I should breathe a little bit, do a little breathing technique and stuff. And then, well, maybe I should finish my coffee first before I start. I should have breathed before I did the coffee. Wait, but you're like, what am I doing? Oh, it's trash day. I gotta get out there and take out the trash. And then I think about all the other projects I got going on and the million tabs I have open on my computer. I'm like, oh yeah, I was doing stuff in CapCut last night. What? And then the Canva. I have a couple books I'm working on. I'm trying to make zines out of. I've got my Google Drive open and I got a bunch of zines in there and I can send those files out to people. And then I got this artist affirmation video I made to listen to while I sleep. I put that up in my YouTube, but it's private, so I just listen to it myself. So then, I got that affirmation video. I got, what else do I got going? So what's on this tab? So then I'm drinking coffee. I love it. Coffee is delicious. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, I was chatting with some AI over there apparently. And then I have another Canva window open. Oh, I looked up this bunch of pictures on canvas sizes, standard canvas sizes, and what they look like on a wall. I was like, ooh, that's a good reference photo to have somewhere. So people are like, what size is this? And blah, blah, blah. What sizes can I get? And then I could show them on a chart. These are the sizes that I have. I mostly have four different sizes, mostly. So like maybe we can explain to people who are buying art the different sizes and how much they are. I don't know. That could be a video we could do. And then I was watching this video this morning. This woman who was talking about how if she goes to your page, is it look appealing to buy art, or are you just some kind of vlog, or are you teaching people? So I've been going back looking at my profiles, and my Instagram one looks pretty good. Like it looks pretty like if you go to my Instagram, it's like obvious that it's an artist, and every single post, like the cover photo is art. So I'm pretty good there, but then I thought like, what am I? I'm not just a shop. I'm like, I want people to engage with me, interact with me. And she was like, oh, I like the people who are just set up to go. Like they don't talk much. They're like, this is my art, and I'll buy it. And I get the point of people just buying art because they feel like there's some kind of value in it and they just want to collect something. But I feel like my art is more like a souvenir of the experience of knowing who I am, maybe. Like, because anybody could do art, and my life is like this crazy adventure, and I've gone on all these fucking things have happened to me, and I've gone all over the place, traveled all over, lived in a bunch of national parks, I did a bunch of stuff. I hitchhiked, I had worked at a bunch of festivals, I painted at a bunch of festivals, I did a bunch of stuff. I met a bunch of bands, a bunch of cool people, I hiked a bunch of trails. I did a bunch of stuff and then painted a bunch of pictures. And now I feel like if you buy my art, it's not going to be because I mass produced it and put it on a mug or on a print or something. Maybe a print, maybe a magnet. I don't know. but it's gonna be the original pieces that are, I feel like, worth more because it's like a piece of my adventure. I painted that along my adventure somewhere. You know, that was from something I did. I went to a show and I painted, or I went and had that experience and I put it into the art, you know? I feel like this painting right here. It's, you know, it's very, I meditated on this image many times and I've painted it multiple times. And this way is just a little bit different. And every time I paint it, just a little, slightly little, tweak it just a little bit different. I think this is like the 5th time I've done it. So, you know, you go revisit old ideas and then you come up with new stuff and you add to it and shit. And I think that's the value right there is, you know, seeing the growth in an artist and then like contributing to their journey, part of, you know, what becomes what they do, you know, that kind of thing. So I don't know, everybody does it different. I think a lot of artists are just trying to hustle it and just try, you know, just make as much as you can and as much as you can, however you can, you know, market it however, like all the fingers and all the pies. It's definitely turned artists more into like a business person, you know. But there's people out there who definitely don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do all that stuff. Do you want to do all that stuff? You want to do all that marketing? Ugh. Blah. Who wants that? I don't know. Anyways, that's my little ramble there. I think, you know, people are going to do whatever they do, and I'm going to do whatever I do because this is the way I do it, you know. Vagabond artist, you know. I'm traveling in my mind right now. Thinking is the best way to travel. I've traveled a bunch. I settled down a few times and I traveled some more. And like right now, I'm just chilling with my family, you know. So that's like what's happening now. But I've traveled a bunch. I've gone all over. I've done a bunch of things. I've painted a bunch of places. Right now is the time to paint inside out of the elements. That's kind of nice. Not painting in the elements. The elements really get me. It's like really gets in the paint, gets dirty. And dirt gets everywhere. But if I want to paint and I come out here, I just take a deep breath. And paint. Relax. In a quiet space where no one can bother me. Sometimes I go live and paint, but I feel like it's too much of an influence. You guys are influencing me too much just by watching. It's like the double slit experiment thing happening over here. So yeah, I don't know what this video was about, but I made one. I made a video. We made another video. It was 8 minutes long. Thanks for joining me. If you want to buy art, let me know. All you got to do is take a screenshot, send it to me and say, this is the one I want. How much is it? How big is it? And how long will it take to get to me? If I don't say it first, stay tuned. We've got ideas. The idea factory is, wheels are spinning. Just get the coffee in the face. All the wheels are spinning and it's time to make some art. I have so many ideas. You guys need ideas? Let me know. I've got 1,000,000. And if you need one, I will give it to you for free. Just hit me up. You're like, I need an idea for this thing, Michael. And I think you know what you have ideas. So just let me know. And I'll be like, do this. It might be a dumb idea, but it'll be an idea. And it'll be all yours. I have so many ideas, you guys. I was thinking of making a podcast of just like, here's my ideas for the week. I wrote them all down. Would you like them? Here you go. Please use them. But part of, you know, being an artist is coming up with your own, thinking you're coming up with your own ideas. You're like, I'm under the illusion that I came up with it. But I didn't really. I just forgot the source. I just forgot where I saw that. I just in here. Just need to get it out now. All right, stay tuned to my stuff. There's more stuff. Go back into my catalog of videos. There's all kinds of crap in there. There's tutorials. There's painting videos. There's me talking about random stuff about the world and how crazy it is. And some of them just talking about random stuff. Life, puppets, Muppets, how I feel about them. You know, all that stuff. So stay tuned. Until next time, cheers. Put that coffee in your face hole. Oh, it's the last sip. It's the last sip right there.